everybody. I'm Evan Hammonds for bloodhorse.com, and welcome to this week's edition of After the Wire, which is brought to you by EquiAid, the makers of Bodybuilder, Air Blast, and other fine natural products. The rubber has officially hit the road on the Triple Crown Trail as we've reached the championship series level of the Kentucky Derby prep season. We saw some true movers and shakers in South Florida and in New Orleans at the fairgrounds. In Louisiana, a remarkably deep 14-horse field went to post in the Risen Star. It was a great learning experience for all, negotiating a large cast around the first turn and around the second turn. Now, while it wasn't a surprise that Albano from Rail and a very eager Delta Jackpot winner Rise Up went out to set the early pace, what may have been a surprise was the softness of the early pace. The opening quarter was 24-1. The half mile was in 48 flat. And the fact that they opened up on the field didn't exactly quicken the pulse, but there was more to come in the stretch run. Several others sat just off the pace, and it was Rosie Napravnik who made the first move with favored Vickers in trouble, circling wide to get to the leaders. Intense Holiday was in pursuit right behind, but jockey Mike Smith took his foot off the gas just a bit for a later run down the stretch. Albano was tough as nails along the fence as it became a three-horse race at the 8th pole. The fact Vickers in trouble couldn't get past the leader is something that's going to have to be addressed prior to the Louisiana Derby. The additional yardage and long stretch helped Intense Holiday and should help his stock rise tremendously as he closed into a very quick 6-2, 5 seconds final 16th. Now, another whose stock rose is Hopportunity, Bob Baffert's Any Given Saturday colt, who, while losing ground to the winner around the turn, closed extremely well while passing tired horses late. It was an excellent run for a horse who was making just his third career start. The win definitely flattered two runners who were near the top of everybody's Derby list in Honor Code and Cairo Prince, as Intense Holiday has finished behind these two in 4 consecutive graded stakes going back to last October's Champagne Stakes. Perhaps gives a leg up to those top-line horses out in South Florida. Speaking of South Florida, how about this for a fun fact? 4 of the last 5 winners of the Fountain of Youth have been leading Kentucky Derby candidates in the week leading up to the Derby. Quality Road, Escondrea, Union Rags, and of course, Orb last year. Let's take a look at Gulfstream Park, where speed usually rules the roost, and did again in the Bezalel Fountain of Youth. Most eyes were on Top Billing, the top banana on Steve Haskins' Derby Dozen, but the stretch runner definitely had his work cut out for him, breaking from post 12. The speedy Wildcat Red and jockey Luis Saez broke on top, and they went for it, battling with General A-Rod through what appeared to be very demanding splits of 23 flat for a quarter, followed by a quarter in 23-1, followed by another quarter in 23-4. And it's no wonder they had a 3.5 length lead on the field down the backstretch. But they were able to keep it up, going on and on and on. Now, meanwhile, Top Billing and Joel Rosario were at the back of the pack, 13.5 lengths out of it early on, but they made a tremendous run to go from also ran into joining the fray in a matter of strides, blowing by third choice commissioner like he was a cheap claimer. While that monster move may have taken the starch out of the late stretch run, he showed his class and got a lot out of the prep race, which is, while making his stakes debut and only his 4th career start. For Wildcat Red and General A-Rod, despite a slowish finish of 31-4 for the final 5/16, our hat definitely goes off to these two, and they showed they deserved to move on and tackle the additional 16th of a mile and Cairo Prince next time out in the Bezalel Florida Derby. I'd like to thank everybody for watching After the Wire. Come back next week where we'll take a look at the Gotham Stakes from the Big A.